Hey guys, this is John for Walkthrough Code. Today we are going to continue, so this is the third video in the series, kind of the second video, whatever, it's 2 videos after the introduction, whatever that even means. So we're going to get our Knex stuff set up, so let's go ahead and get started. There's a whole walkthrough for setting the Knex stuff up in a little bit more detail. If you look on my channel, look in the playlist and it's there, so go ahead and review that if you want a more in-depth tutorial. So let's go ahead and create our Knex file in the root directory of the project. So we're going to say Knex file, Knex file.js. And then I am going to paste something in here because I don't want to type out the whole thing. So the short explanation of what's happening here is we're creating two different environments for Knex. The first environment is our development environment for our local machine. We're going to be using the PG as the client because we installed PG before on the command line, which is the primary Postgres node client that they have out there. This one we're gonna change this, so we'll come back to this in a minute. We're gonna put a location for our migrations and one for our seeds. These are going to stay the same here, the same client. The difference between the production environment and the development environment is the process.env.database URL. You may need to change this if you're using something other than Heroku, because if you have Heroku, they have an environment variable called database URL. I think I've seen it as database URI also. So if you may need to change that depending on your situation. At any rate, so that kind of explains that. Let's go back to the to-dos because I had a little thing here. So create Knex file and add stuff, done. We need to create, Knex to-dos is the name of the database that we are creating, so we need to go back to localhost. So this will connect to our local PSQL or Postgres instance and look for a database called Knex to-dos. You may need to put a username and password, kind of break down the connection a little bit depending on how you have your Postgres set up. That happened to me the first time when I installed it with the installer for Postgres. I ended up wiping that out, and then I installed it using Homebrew, and that just made that cleaned up a whole lot. So because now I don't have to put any username and password and stuff. Anyway, mildly off topic. So let's go back to server.js. So we need to create a DB folder, DB migration. So DB migrations, and DB seeds. Okay, and then we need to create the Knex. It's actually Knex.js. That's my bad. Let's go in here. I'm going to copy paste this too because I don't want to write it out again. The short answer again of what's going on here is that we have the environment variable. We talked about the fact that Heroku or your production environment, or depending on wherever you deploy it, they're probably going to put a node environment variable that's going to be production. If that's the case, then it will handle that production environment here that we talked about. If it does not see a node environment variable, it sets it to development. It runs off the local server. And there's a little bit of magic here. This just says that we're bringing in that file and we're bringing in the right configuration for whatever situation. And then we have this, which is just using the require Knex and then using a little bit of Knex magic to make that work using the configuration. Awesome. So now that we've created that, let's go ahead and create Knex to-dos on the command line. If you have PSQL that installs this nifty little thing called createDB, and you don't even have to go into PSQL to do it. So we can simply type createDB and Knex to-dos. And sure enough, it has actually created that for us. We can verify that by pulling up the PostgreSQL and connecting. And if we go to localhost and Knex to-dos. So we have seen that it does that for us. For GUIs, I like PostgreSQL. I still do use PSQL. It just kind of depends on the situation. But for this stuff, to make it easy, I mean, like createDB on the command line, why not? All right, so that's going to be it for this video. If you have any comments or questions, totally leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, go ahead and like and or subscribe, tell your friends. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much.